Poison to any fraud. Demigod, rocking suits and shoes, going against any odds. How could you hate me? I survived the 80s, the D's, the trauma, embalming fluid and lace. Inhale fumes from a stove up. The show's booked up. I chose to take the world over. Look up. What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
Hey yo, 30 years later, Illmatic was dropped. Yeah, man, what am I doing?
Hey yo, Prim, chill. I got the rhymes, you got the beats.
Alright.
30 years later, we back in the streets, we back in the lab.
Alright then. Let's go, Nas.
It's time. It's album time. Yeah.
It's time.
It's time. Black is time.
Premiere album still gonna happen.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on the national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Up the middle, Achane. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, and all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 41 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run on first down with Wright. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go ahead.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Achane. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
2nd and goal from the 1. Achane will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, he gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
The mind is out of bounds. It's telling you that
All right.
First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now Stroud. He finds his man complete. It's Shepard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
And he's got it. Touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Texans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. You look at the defense for these Texans. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for a big game today.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Ethan Evans on now to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because
T. Higgins, 60 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. At their own 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. On play action, here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for Miami. 67 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run, Achane. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
All right, come on.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early. himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. We take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns out of the backfield. And his numbers are superior to the rest of his peers at this point in the season.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
39 yards there, a big one.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. A short throw there, pulled in by all. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses. Catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
Stroud completes this out wide.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 17-yard line.
Here we go. Swap. Another swap.
Throwing now is Stroud.
It escapes the sack. And it's caught.
And the Texans are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Stevenson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. So they brought the extra point in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-numbing on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was polished off by a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up second down.
It's second and down at the 27-yard line.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
In motion, the tight end. Now Tua. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's fielded at the 34.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Texans will take over.
And now out comes Houston.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But that's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Stroud working out of the gun. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Devon Achane and the offense ready to go once again. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Play action. Now it's Tua.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Tua sets up to pass it.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Starting to...
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
19 Texans.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On the quick, right? 18. Red.
They'll keep it on the ground. Posey.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Oh,
Stroud to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run.
They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Oh, ready? 18. What's up? Look the hot.
Stroud.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Here we go. Speed left, speed left. 18, outside. 12.
They'll run on first down. Posey. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Here we go. Tony.
Now a give, right side. Posey. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 65 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
What's right? 18. Hey, uno. Robin.
Stroud looking to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
And Stroud now to throw.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
The drive starts with a run from Achane.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
From the 43, here 2nd down and 8. Again, it's Achane.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, come on.
Looking to pass. Tua. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th.
Go ahead.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Go ahead.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much there. Maybe a yard up in the 24. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9.
All right. 18. What's that?
They'll keep it on the ground. Posey. And this will be a Texans first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here we go. 18. What's that?
Here's Stroud. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd down and 4.
All right. 18. What's up? 19 Texans.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the quick, right? Swap. Another swap. 12.
Looking to throw. Stroud. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
Boy, shifts past him. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Oh, ready? 18. What's that?
Stroud, he's going to audible to something else.
Kill, turn up.
They go play action here on first down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
That's right. 18. What's that?
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Here we go. 18. What's that?
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Yeah, the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Walters. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 13, 2:11 to go. They're down to one timeout plus the 2-minute warning, so speed will certainly be of the essence. Down 2 scores late. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's 2nd and a yard. Tua going to give this to Wright. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and
Now Tua. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Tua. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Tua.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Throwing Tua. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23.
That's another Dolphins 1st down.
Tagovailoa. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. Here's 2nd down. Well, Tua's going to change things up. Here's Tua. Complete to Wright. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
That's a gain of 4.
Now they'll audible to something else. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here it is, 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Here's 1st and 10. Tua to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Texans, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.